think the message here is that canned lion hunting shouldn't be happening in South Africa. What are your personal opinions on trophy hunting?
Well, I think, the film is very clear that our message is around what we call the exploitative breeding practices and the canned or captive hunting message that's being put out there. I say in the film that you can't look at canned hunting without addressing the greater trophy hunting issue, because at the end of the day, no matter which components you're involved in, it still revolves around bagging this trophy, and they're driven by the same factors. So, but I think there are discussions in the bigger picture. So, the fair chase hunting as a wildlife management tool is a debate that's ongoing right now, and I think the important thing is that it's going to be increasingly questioned and debated about the role it plays and whether it's being successful. Coming back to the breeding and the hunting, can hunting component, there is no justification. It's merely an exploitative commercial activity, and it's damaging brand South Africa. It's damaging our reputation as a conservation country with a proud history, and it's damaging our ecotourism industry, where we are promoting a fraudulent message, and there are a lot of people out there who are making a lot of money out of these activities. So we're also asking our ministers, are we prepared to damage our reputation, our history, for, because of these practices?
Yeah. Now, in the film, you speak to some hunters. In the trailer, we can see, it looks like you're at a convention, or that the crew is at a convention.
Yes.
What was the general consensus when speaking to these hunters about canned hunting in South Africa?
Well, I think, so again, for me and the team, our Bloodlines team, it was very important that we covered the full range of activities and stakeholders and players in the film. So, and that meant going to Safari Club International in Las Vegas, which is generally regarded, I think, as the certainly most high-profile hunting convention, because that's where a lot of the South African operators are allowed to advertise their wares, as it were, and that's where a lot of the hunters come from, who are coming here to shoot these animals. So we have to go and get their input as well. And I think the film clearly shows again that the vast majority of these hunters have either said nothing or sided with the breeders and the hunters because it suits what they want to do, and that is come and shoot lion trophies at a discounted rate. I have to say that now, in the last few years, we are starting to see a outcry from professional hunting operators. So there's an organization called SAMPEO, www.sampeo.co.za, and these are hunting operators who have taken a very strong ethical stance against what's going on, and they're breaking away from our Professional Hunters Association and have been saying there's no conservation value, and what you're doing goes against all the so-called guidelines for fair ethical hunting, and they will have nothing to do with what's going on. What was interesting about the launch of Bloodlines is I think we'd shown 2 screenings, and we had a statement from the Professional Hunters Association of South Africa calling their position untenable and for a complete review of all lion hunting practices in South Africa. So, and that's the first time we've ever got that kind of a response.
Yeah.
So I welcome that from the Professional Hunters Association. I know there are people within the organization who have not broken away and joined SAMPEO, who are against these practices. Let's see how it unfolds. Let's see whether we can get any engagement going, and let's see whether the government comes to the party, and maybe we can sort this out locally without having to take the campaign globally. But if government doesn't, they stick their head in the sand, this campaign is global as well. So we'll then have to just aim at the revenue streams, and hopefully we can cut them off at the knees. It'll be a lot messier, it'll take longer, but it's a 2-pronged campaign. Locally aimed at legislation, and internationally aimed at the revenue streams.